Welcome to Internet Girls.
Yeah, so welcome, guys. We actually had a ton of episodes in our bank when we launched, and we did record one episode since then, but it was like quick, and I was like about to leave, and it's like the last one you guys heard, but we're like in real time caught up now. Like whenever
Yeah.
you
And
hear
we
this,
want to be caught up because we want to talk about pop culture because that's like a huge part of both of our lives. And so when we were like behind in our or like ahead in our episodes, I was like, we can't talk about things because they're not going to hear this for like a month and then it's going to be so outdated. So I feel like stuff in this episode will still be a little bit outdated, but that's okay.
yeah, not too far.
No.
And the podcast is called Internet Girls after all. So we really wanted to talk today about like pop culture internet moments. But I mean, so much has happened since the launch. We could touch on that really quickly. I think everything's going really well. Seems to be you guys are enjoying it. We've gotten some encouraging messages and things like that. So thank you.
Yes,
And
thank you. Thanks for listening.
yeah, I hope
Woo!
y'all are enjoying this girl time. We love it.
Yeah, it's so fun. But yeah, Tori and I are constantly talking about pop culture. That's just like who we are. So we wrote down a bunch of stuff that we wanted to talk about today. Because there's a lot going on in the
Yeah.
world.
Yeah. Also, can you tell how tan do I look tan?
You do look tan.
Yeah, I just got back. Matt and I ran off to look how burnt I got though.
Oh
Matt,
no.
I
Ooh,
know,
girl.
I know. Matt and I ran off to a cabin in the woods in Maine, like something out of a freaking like I don't know, like novel. Like you literally there was no service out there and all we did was like either canoe or boat around like by rowing ourselves because it was on this like beautiful lake or lay by the lake and I journaled, I had an eat pray love moment.
Oh my
you know
God.
I feel like
That's so perfect.
everyone needs those to reset, and I don't mean like a trip that you go on and you like plan a bunch of stuff, just like your eat pray love moment. But we still like this cabin had no electricity, we couldn't even charge our phones.
Oh my God, no way.
Yeah, no lights. We were like doing everything by like candlelight or like
Oh, it's like the
lantern.
1800s.
We did puzzles to keep us and played card games to keep us like occupied.
Cute.
But it did have a stove. I don't know how, because it was gas. That's how. And a refrigerator. So not sure how there was power to the refrigerator, but that was true. Those were it. There was no plugs or anything else. And we made ourselves like fancy dinners every night. Like I was making scallops
I
and
saw your scallops. Can you tell me, was that a normal amount of scallops? Because I was looking and I was like, that's a lot of
it
scallops.
was a lot of scallops. I made the whole bag because I was
Oh,
like,
cool.
I'm not gonna not. I didn't even hardly eat because also, first of all, I'm on a GLP-1 right now. That's a
Yeah.
whole other story. But so I didn't even eat that much of it. But I had the whole bag. I was so mad because we had so much leftovers, and like for lunch one of the next days, I was like, Matt, let's eat these, and he was like halfway beer drunk, and like somehow tried to put his hand where my hand was, and the bowl like flung out.
And
All
it
right.
became fish food.
Yeah, and it was such a
Oh
good
no.
pasta. Like I don't know
It looked good.
if you've been to Trader Joe's lately, they have these noodles right now that are lemon noodles.
Ooh, are they like the fresh ones or?
No, they're not fresh, but they're like they say made in Italy, I don't know. But but they're like lemon flavored. Like they're made with like the zest of like
Oh,
the so they're kind of a little bit yellow and they taste kind of lemony themselves. But I had made like a lemon butter sauce and fresh basil with the scallops, which I know you don't like seafood, but
I mean, it sounds good. Like I can appreciate it. Yeah, that looked like a freaking dream. Could you swim in the lake?
yeah, you could swim in the lake. We were
I love that.
swimming. We pulled our
I'm a lake girl at heart.
I could see you on the lake.
I'm a lake girl. I just discovered this about myself, but if I could afford to go to the lakes in California, I'd be there.
Yeah. Well, but also the beaches in California are so beautiful too.
Yeah.
You know, it's hard whenever, because if I had to choose between one or the other, I'm definitely more of a beach girl, but it's so like nice to be by a lake. I love a lake. Like,
Yeah. You can't swim at the beaches here in Northern California. In like San Diego you can. And I've swam there and it's like very, very nice, but you cannot do that in the bay.
oh, that's a good point. Because see, I grew up in Florida, so we swim in the oceans.
Mm,
Like it's because it's like hot bath water.
blessed.
Yeah, but it was really really nice. I felt like I had to eat, pray, love, like connect with nature and like my soul. I journaled.
That's so cute. I'm
Yeah.
so happy for you.
Thank you. I feel refreshed like a new human.
Yeah, I just planned a little getaway in Carmel. And what I found out, all the hotels in Carmel are so dog friendly, albeit expensive. Like they're like $200 per dog for like it's crazy. And we have two dogs. So like a lot of these are really crazy. We're paying like $200 total for the whole stay. But we're staying at this place and it's like right on the beach. They wrote us and they said they have a stick library where the dogs can go and pick out their own sticks.
No way.
How fucking cute. And then also the restaurant there, which looks like really, really good. It's like fresh oysters and stuff. Like you would love it, Tori. They have a whole dog menu.
Oh my
Isn't that
gosh.
amazing?
That's
And they give you like when you check in, they give you like ceramic bowls for the dog's food. They give you like a designer dog bed. Like it's so dog friendly. I'm very excited. So I feel like because we actually missed Bella's birthday.
oh.
We always miss her birthday because we can never remember when it is. So we were like, let's take Bella on a vacation because we're terrible people. I'm sorry.
No, no, that's amazing. What a birthday. Oh, to be
I
Bella. I would be Bella that weekend.
happy birthday, Bella. Yeah,
No.
I'm so excited. We're just gonna like eat good food and run on the beach with the girls and just have like a little staycation not too far away from home.
Yeah, Carmel is one of my favorite cities in America. It's like
It is.
so picturesque. It's just gorgeous. If you don't know, like, um, Big Little Lies was
Mm,
like based off of like very, very near there,
yeah.
like 15, 20 minutes away. But Carmel is like the town 15, 20 minutes away that's even nicer and more expensive and like more celebrity bougie
Oh,
than that
yeah.
town.
Taylor Swift was just there
Mhm.
like a month or something ago, and she was like eating at a place in Carmel, and I was like, oh, so close to home. I love it. It's like Big Sur. So if you know Big Sur, that's
Are,
Carmel.
are you guys gonna hit up Big Sur while you're do a little drive while
Oh,
you're
we always do.
yeah, you
Yeah.
have to if you're
You
that
have
close.
to. It's
Yeah, yeah.
so beautiful. It's like crazy to think that like one of the most beautiful places in the world is like not far from here.
I
And
know.
it's an annoying drive. It's always so trafficy, so we like never go.
Yeah.
So I was like, let's go spend some time. We need to be on the beach.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that'll be perfect. But you're gonna have your own eat, pray, love moment, but like I don't know,
Food.
Carmel version. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And John was like, let's get the beachfront room. He was like, there's a beach view room.
No.
But he's like, I want to be beachfront so that we can just like walk out the door and be on the beach. I was like, that's hot. Get me
Exactly.
that, daddy.
Yes, yes. Yes, daddy.
So
Um,
I love our little vacays.
yes, you should bring like a I just got this blanket. I have yet to use it, and it's for the beach. It's from Sandcloud.
Oh, I
I'm sure
love
you
Sand
have
Cloud.
stuff like that, but bring one of those. Like Carmel's
Mhm.
like a vibe like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For
I know. I hope it'll be like gloomy and like that's such a Bay Area beach vibe. Like a gloomy day, you're all like
bundled
bundled
up
and
with a sweater and like
mhm,
on
eating
a
oysters.
cute blanket on the beach. Maybe you brought some like cheese out and
Oh
some like
yeah. Oh,
grapes or something.
I'm
Uh,
like really excited for this restaurant too because it's like the hotel's restaurant. I feel like we're just gonna eat there every meal. Oh, it looks fan-freaking-tastic. It looks so expensive, but this is just, whatever. Spend the money. Live the life.
It's your summer vacation with John. So
yeah, the pre 2 weeks in Hawaii vacation.
yeah, it's the appetizer of the vacation.
The appetizer, yes.
No,
oh my gosh.
But I have a couple of really good Carmel restaurants I'll send you after this. You may have been to some of them already, but I'll send them anyway, just in case.
Send it all. Send it all. Like, I grew up going to Carmel, but I feel like I don't even know like the places there,
Well, also, when you grow up going somewhere, you just like forget. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? You're like, what is that coffee place somewhere? Or it's almost like you go in autopilot when you're there, when you're a little kid on that kind of stuff. Like, you're not paying attention to.
Yeah, no, I had no idea how nice Carmel was when I was growing up. Like, I remember being like, it's cute. It's on the beach. And I had a friend who had a freaking beach house there. And we went one weekend. Rich, right? Took that for granted,
Yeah.
Like, I should have appreciated that more. Now I'm like, can I please have a friend with a beach house in Carmel? Like, that's all I want.
Maybe reconnect. Send a text. Hey, Sophie.
Yeah. Your parents still have that house? Can we go?
Yeah, you should have been like, hey, Sophie, so what are you doing this weekend?
Yeah.
Maybe grab coffee with her while you're in town.
Yeah. Oh, that's the dream.
Okay, should we get into the pop culture moments?
And I really want to talk about Gypsy Rose Blanchard first.
Okay, let's do it.
Because I've been dying to talk to you about this.
Okay.
Like,
I'm not caught up, but you fill me in.
Oh my gosh, I'll fill you in. Have you not been watching her documentary?
I have, because here's the thing. I keep up with her closely on TikTok.
Okay.
But I have not been watching her documentary. So that's how filled in I am. Yeah, I have like bits
to watch it.
I know bits and pieces of everything that's going on, basically.
Yeah. It is quality TV. I mean, if there was ever a documentary to watch, it's this. I like wait for Mondays when the new episode is released because it is crazy. Like, first off, I feel really bad for her, but I also don't.
I know.
Because she basically was controlled her whole life. Then she went to prison, was controlled there. And then she gets out of prison and her new husband is so controlling.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh yeah, I would leave him too. Like, and he like constantly in the show, he's like, who are you texting? And she's like, my sister. And like, what are you doing? Who are you talking to? Oh, are you talking to your boyfriend, Ken? Like, he pushed her away.
So there was like trust issues before. Or do you think that he kind of created those by like being so insecure?
I think he did have a point because like you see in the show several times Gypsy is like, I mean, if I wasn't with Ryan, like I'd love to be with Ken. Like she's like girl needs to have like a single, she needs to be single.
Yeah.
She needs to just like do her. And that is why Ken said like he broke up with her when she was in prison because she was with Ken first. And he broke up with her because he was like, I just think she needs to find herself and like be single for a little bit, which then she ran into the arms of Ryan, which I'm like, girl cannot just be alone, like she clearly like needs someone to like tell her what to do and kind of like be her mom. And that's exactly what he did. But then she resented him for it. But it's like, that's what she wanted originally, I think. Mm-hmm. So yeah. So then Ken like reached back out because he was like, well, shit, I didn't know you were going to go get married. Like I could have been that guy, like I thought you wanted like solo time. So anyway, this is all my interpretation. But yeah, so now she's with Ken and Ryan is like bitter. And
I've been seeing his TikToks.
I was going to say, like, he keeps going live.
Yeah.
And talking about this. And I'm like, this is so messy.
I know. Like, literally his, like, commentary after the TikToks are cracking me up.
Oh, my God.
Like, I'm like, oh. And then he's like spilling tea on her, too. Like, I don't know if he's lying. Or he's like, yeah, she texts me still and like saying stuff like that. Do you think that's true?
Probably. I think she's messy. Like, Girl like loves drama.
He was like, she said she missed me and like the other day and like stuff like that. Like he will, because people will clip his lives, you know?
Mhm.
Now he's not referring to her by her first name. He's like refusing to refer to her by her first name. He's like, I'm not even going to call her name. I'm going to call her. What did he call her? I forget what it was,
I
but
can't remember either.
it was something. And I was like, that is so funny and also like so relatable. You know, whenever you go through a hard breakup, sometimes you got to drop the
No, seriously. Like, I would not be surprised though, because that's exactly what she was doing with Ken when she was married to Ryan. So now that she's married, or she's not even married to Ken, she's having Ken's baby. And so of course now she's like texting Ryan. Like, she loves drama.
Yeah. Also,
Girl loves drama.
think about it though. She was like kept up, and you know when you're in like high school and stuff, you get to experience that, like being
Yeah.
wanted by like a bunch of different, like, you know, and like, oh, this boy or this boy, you know what I mean, kind of thing. She missed out on all of that.
Yeah. And I don't even blame her because like I get it. Like we all need to go through that phase.
Mm-hmm.
Most of us get to go through it when we're 16. She didn't. So like obviously she's like 30 going through this now. It is unfortunate that she is pregnant because that's what I want to talk about. Like, oh my God, my mom texted me about this. She was like, "Did you hear Gypsy Rose is pregnant?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she was like, "Can you fucking believe it?" Like, she was like, "That is ridiculous." And I'm like, I agree, because she is still acting like she's 16, which is fine. Like, she needs to like experience this stuff and grow and learn. But there is nothing that will give you less freedom than a baby.
100%. And also, like, how's she gonna figure out who she is as a person and like raise another person, you know?
Exactly. It's such bad timing, and I worry. I worry about that child. Although the TikToks and the memes I've been seeing about it have been hilarious. Like, I saw this one that was like about her mom, and it was like, "Do you see her anywhere? Well, you're not gonna." And I was like, y'all are savage.
Did
What?
she make that?
No, someone else. Can you imagine?
I was like, I missed that one.
Oh my God. Yeah, I'm concerned. In a friendly way.
Is it on HBO or like where can I watch this?
I think I watch it on Apple TV and you have to buy the episodes, and I was like, $20, I'm in. Like,
It's $20
like my money
each Monday.
every Monday. But most of them are out now, so you can go binge it.
Oh, okay, cool.
You must. You have to.
I don't have Apple TV, but it's an app, right?
I don't know how you. I think it's through Lifetime. If you have Lifetime.
No, but I think I can add Lifetime to
No.
Hulu. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, figure it out. But like, I bet you could watch it on YouTube. Like, it's so good. It's so messy.
Oh my god.
Oh, Gypsy girl. Yeah, I just want to like take her hand. Like, her sister on the show. So this was like her dad who left her mom and then remarried and had like another kid. So this is like her sister's like half sister. Yeah, half sister. And she's so concerned. And she's like, "Gypsy, like, we need to get you on birth control. Like you cannot have a baby right now." Like, she's so mature and she's only like 20. And Gypsy's over here like, "I mean, if I have a baby, I have a baby." Like, it is what it is.
So at least there's some people in her life that are like trying to rein her in. I wonder if there's probably so many people around her that are just saying yes to whatever she wants. You know what I mean? Just because of her like having the like cultural moment that she's having. Like, she's just probably surrounded by people who are like realizing that and not really like reining it in. So at least there's her sister on the show, apparently.
Yeah, but she's not doing her job. I mean, Gypsy's pregnant.
That's true.
Oh my God. Also, so when she announced her pregnancy, she posted her baby registry. Did you see this?
No, I didn't see this.
Her baby registry sold out in 30 minutes.
You're joking me.
And so then she added more shit, and then that sold out.
She's gonna become a monster and just start making lists and just like putting them up on the internet.
I know, because she's like definitely making millions right now. Like,
I think so.
yeah, she's doing good.
But how did she get from point A to point B? Does the documentary go into detail about how she got from Ryan to Ken?
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's like the main topic.
Okay.
And it's like her stepmom, or yeah, her dad's wife, who kind of like broke up her and Ryan. It's so good.
I know that's what he says on TikTok.
That's what happened. I mean, it's on there.
Really? So
Yeah.
you really think it was her stepmom's fault?
I mean, I think it's a fact.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, because Ken, I guess, reached out to her stepmom and was like, I miss Gypsy. And then her stepmom was like, hey, Gypsy, guess who reached out? Ken. And then Gypsy's like, oh, Ken. Oh my God, I love Ken. And she was like, I love Ken. I think you should be with Ken.
Oh my gosh. Well, I will say, Ken is significantly better looking than Ryan.
Oh, yeah.
Which is like unfortunate for Ryan that like I'm sure that has a little something to do with it for Gypsy. But just having that 16-year-old mindset that I'm sure when it comes to dating and boys that I'm sure that she still has, you know? And like
I will say though, when Ryan grew facial hair, like, because he didn't have any facial hair on the documentary, when he grew his like beard and stuff, it made him look a lot better.
Yeah.
But maybe that's just me because I love beards.
You're like, wait a second.
Yeah, wait a minute. Is that my type? Any man with a beard, I'm like, you got something going on.
That's so funny. Also, I will say, Ken did act a little funny to me in interviews that I saw because, like I said, I haven't watched the show, and he to me was just like a little too like in there, a little too like, you know, I'm like, do you love the limelight? Like, it seems like you do. Did I say Ken at first?
Oh yeah, you said Ken.
Okay, that's what I meant. I meant Ryan. Like whenever she first got out of jail and they were doing all those appearances and stuff, like he was like,
oh, he loved it. He loved the attention. I know.
I think he likes it too much is what I was meaning. Then, and I think that might have been like an internal red flag for her because that's weird. Also, the morning toast or the toast, you know, I was listening to their podcast a long time ago whenever Gypsy first got out, and one of the girls, Claudia, had the opportunity to interview them, Gypsy Rose and Ryan, like on the red carpet, and she interviewed them. And after they broke up, like recently, like whenever the news first broke, she said that she got weird vibes from him because he was just like standing there waiting to be interviewed, waiting for someone to ask him a question, like hungry, fame hungry vibes. Whenever she was interviewing them, and how she's like, yeah, so I don't think that this is necessarily a bad thing when they broke up.
Yeah, that does not surprise me. Which he loves attention. He loves controlling her.
And I'm sure he still like I'm sure he loved her and cared about her, but yeah.
But he wanted to control her. I mean, the whole thing was like, who are you talking to? What are you doing? Why? Like, he was like, her dad wanted to spend like the day with her, and he was like, well, I'm really upset that I wasn't invited, and like stuff like that, you know, like he wanted to be there controlling her the whole time. And I think it was because he was so scared of her running off with Ken, but in doing that, he like pushed her right into Ken's arms.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you, Gypsy Rose Blanchard, for feeding us.
Yeah, the hours of entertainment. Also, I want to say thank you to Clinton Kane for posting the TikTok about Brooks Schofield yapping about him too much with a little Aperol spritz in his hand. And he just got too comfortable. I don't know what he was thinking doing this. So do you have any like point of reference for this?
A little. I haven't even heard about that video, but I've heard about like Brooks' video where she talks about him like cheating on her. Am I right?
No. So that's what started it all. Okay. So basically, I wish I could be you right now and learn this for the first time. So
I'm fat. I'm so excited.
So Brooks Schofield dated Clinton Kane. Do you know who Clinton Kane is? He's like a I would say D-list singer, but he has
Hmm.
some hits. But
Is he country?
no,
Oh,
he's
no, I don't
like,
know.
if you heard some of his songs, you'd be like, oh, okay. But anyways, he's not like going to the Grammys or anything, any stretch of the means. He's like a SoundCloud, a step above a SoundCloud artist,
Oh, gotcha.
but still kind of famous. Anyways, Brooks Schofield dated him, and he's not as hot as her by any stretch of the means, not even close. And he was like really abusive throughout their whole relationship. Turns out he lied about his age. He was actually 2 years younger or 3 years younger, something like that, than he said that he was. Also, turns out he told her all the time that like his family he told her and everyone that his family was dead. His mom, dad, and brother had all died. Not true. His dad was dead, but his mom and brother are still alive to this day. And he told her, and they would have multiple fights, and he, even as much as like she would be like, oh, what if I just fell down the stairs, and he'd be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you just said that, my mom died falling down the stairs, like, even though his mom's still alive, like he just made that off the top of his head, like things like that.
Oh.
Even like randomly he'd be like, oh, sorry, I'm just so sad, today's the anniversary of my mom's death. And he did this even in interviews. He went on and talked about how his mom died and like stuff like that. Like, isn't that insane?
That is insane.
Yeah, and kept up the lie, would talk about it all the time about how
Did his mom see this?
his mom, so he also has an Australian accent. It's a fake Australian accent. He's from Brunei, and he like kept up that whole Australian accent that's like totally fake throughout their whole entire relationship, their whole entire everything. And to this day still like talks with it like in his videos and stuff, and it's like not real. Like he's from Brunei, which is like nowhere near Australia. Like they speak a totally different language. She didn't even know that he knew that language. That's like his native language from Brunei.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Like so he was very abusive throughout this whole thing, obviously, like super manipulative and like anyways, so he posted and then imagine finding out that like your whole boyfriend had just like that you've been dating for months had just like lied about his entire life, you know?
That would like make you question yourself more than anything.
Yeah, so she was going, and she already has like borderline personality disorder.
Oh shit.
So she was like not well and like freaking out whenever she found all that stuff out and like told him. And she was like, and what are you gonna do? Like, you're a public figure. Like, what are you gonna do when all this comes out? Like, because people basically, he went on the Zach Sang show, who's like an interviewer. Don't like him, but that's another story. And he was telling Zach Sang all about how his mom died and like blah blah blah, right? Well, a bunch of people had commented underneath the interview and were like, what are you talking about? I went to school with you in Brunei, like you are not from Australia. And your mom is alive. Like, what are you talking about? Like, people were commenting this because it was like kind of a bigger interview, you know? The Zach Singh show was kind of bigger. And so, anyways, that's how Brooke found out about all of this. So Brooke on her podcast, after like a year later, she like, you know, said little bits and pieces of the story. So I knew about this, but then it's been 2 years. She hadn't really talked about it, whatever, right? He is feeling bold one day. Don't know why. Very recent. Gets on TikTok and has an Aperol spritz in his hand and is like, when the relationship's been over for 2 years, because it's 2 years since they dated, and she won't stop yapping about you. So then that provokes her. And I'm like, why would you do that? Like, knowing that she has all this stuff on you. And she then drops that 12-part series, which I would highly, highly suggest.
Yeah.
Deep diving and listening to. It's so good. And then he just recently, after like a couple weeks, because obviously the internet was ablaze when this all happened, when she dropped that, Even though she's talked about this on the podcast before, she just never did it in that form, like consecutively, like boom. And so whenever now he just recently, like 3 days ago, came out, watched her whole entire series, and like was like, because she starts every video with "Who did I marry?" Because that one series or
Yeah.
business he said,
Who the fuck did I marry?
and he's like, "Who did I date? Not who did I marry?" Part one. This is where she lied about this, and he would like watch the video and he'd be like, "Oh, there's a lie there." He's like, "She did not find out about my age because of the on the way to Joshua Tree. She found out on, or that happened when we got pulled over on the way leaving Joshua Tree. That's a lie."
Oh my
Like
God.
stuff like that. You know what I mean? He'd be like, "Oh, she said I drink Diet Coke. I did not drink Diet Coke. I had a Coke there. So like, why are you lying?" Like, you know what I mean?
What the fuck?
Like it was so manipulative and like it was crazy.
What was the point of lying about all that stuff though?
I don't know. He says in his like part series that he picked Australia to be from because he did spend time there like growing up or something. And that like whenever people would ask him, he spent a lot of time in a lot of different places and he just didn't know what to say, so he just picked Australia. But it's like, no, you spent like majority of your childhood in Brunei, like in until you left, you know? And I don't know. It was all for like to make himself sound cooler, I guess. I have no idea.
That is absolutely insane. I looked him up too, and he looks like such a little skeevy young boy. He's only 24.
I know.
That's
Yeah.
wild.
And
Okay,
that's
I'm so excited to watch that 12-part TikTok series. So, do you know what's her name? Haley Bailey?
yeah.
So, did you see how she just did like a "Who the fuck did I just date" series that
Yeah,
made
and
like no sense?
yeah, but see, everyone was really pissed off about her for that because she's like, obviously Brooke did that, got a ton of views, so it's like she was kind of like jumping on the bandwagon.
Okay, I was wondering if that's where that came from.
Yeah, and she was kind of jumping on the bandwagon and trying, but then people were like, because other people were doing that and saying like, "Who did I marry?" and like telling these crazy stories from like abusive exes too. And it's like she kind of made one up.
Made fun of it.
Yeah, and people are like, "How
Yeah,
can you do this?" Like people are using this to like really share their story. She's just tone deaf, that
she's
girl.
problematic. Tone deaf is a good way to describe her. I finally unfollowed her. I was like, yeah, I'm not really enjoying seeing your content anymore. Yeah.
Yeah. It
I feel
takes
like
a
it used to be really funny, but now I'm like, I don't like it.
yeah, I don't like I've never been a huge fan. I've never been a fan of her, actually.
Okay, I'm so excited to do a deep dive into this. That so is Brooks Schofield. Was she like famous before all this happened?
So she is on a podcast called the Canceled Podcast. You know Tana Mojo?
Mm-hmm.
Well, she and her have a podcast together. It's really good. You should listen to it. I love their podcast. It's funny and they talk about like crazy LA stories and things. I don't know.
Oh, that sounds good. I like Tana. Okay,
I have
gotcha.
been following Tana since like she first started on YouTube. Like she had 10,000 followers on
Oh
YouTube.
my god, I love that.
Yeah, yeah. I loved her story time videos like on YouTube. She had this one. If you've never seen them and you're bored or you're like sick one day, can't get out of bed, I would deep down dive her old YouTube story time videos. They are so funny. She has this one where she talks about this guy made up a rumor that he like fucked her with a toothbrush.
Oh my god.
And they were in high school and it like went around the whole school.
Oh no.
Like she has a ton of, and she's hilarious too, like the way that she like some people, just the way that they talk is funny, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've talked about this. I don't have that, but she has that. And like, oh my gosh, like her telling that story, I'll never forget it. It used to be my comfort
Comfort video. Oh, God. Okay, perfect. Send it to me.
and give me a little chuckle if I needed it.
Oh my god. Ooh, you know what I wanted to talk about too?
What?
Okay, I don't know if you follow any of the Bachelor people. I'm like a Bachelor girl. Are you?
I don't really follow it like that, but if something big is happening, I'm abreast
You're
usually.
seeing it.
Yeah.
Okay, so did you watch the season with Rachel Lindsay?
I
Like
didn't watch it, but I remember it was huge news because she was like the first.
Black Claret.
Yeah, which I love that. Thank you.
Yes.
Finally.
So, okay, it just came out that so they've been going through her and Brian, which is the guy she picked, are going through like a really nasty divorce right now. And the judge just said that she has to pay him $13,000 a month in alimony.
You are joking me.
How fucking insane. I was like watching a deep dive of this. And so apparently she makes like $60,000 a month. And so based on that is how they like came up with the number. But I'm like, how embarrassing to be like, oh, you have to pay me $13,000 a month so I can live.
Also, like as a man, like you're gonna take
Exactly.
from, and I hope this does get plastered everywhere and that like no woman wants to touch you with a 10-foot pole because who would? You know?
My man wouldn't touch you with a 10-foot pole.
Are you panini pressed, Brian?
No, I think that's so crazy. Like, that's so embarrassing for him. And, like, I'm sure she's pissed.
How
So
dare
pissed.
how dare he? How
And
dare he?
apparently, like, during their marriage, like, he did nothing. And she was making, like, all the money, paying the mortgage, paying for all the appliances, electrical, like, everything she was paying for. And then they broke up, and she was like, he can't even move out of my house. Like, like, he needs to get a fucking job.
So did they get married from The Bachelor? Like he
Mhm.
won the season. What did
I
he
think so.
what did he do before? Like what was his little job title when they pop out of the limo?
I could not tell you. I was not that impressed by him, but like she was, you know, head over heels, and she was such a just a cool person when all that like came out, and like first Black Lorette, and I don't know, very like outspoken, but he's just a pussy. Classic male behavior.
Like how dare he?
I
How
know.
dare he? Also, like she's a lawyer, right?
Yeah.
Did she not have a prenup?
That's what I'm saying. Like
People really
that's
do be blinded by love sometimes, I guess though.
mm, but like I feel like yeah, that doesn't make any sense how she didn't have a prenup because like,
She's
girl, she screwed herself.
I know, it's like haven't you seen some things in your line of
Mm,
work or heard some things like
yeah. So anyway, that sucks.
I know. How dare he? Guys, be or women, beware. Get a prenup and don't touch this guy with the 10-foot pole. In the
Mm-mm.
words
Brian
of
Absolo, Absoluter.
Gypsy Rose Blanchard.
Gypsy speaks facts.
That's right. We are panini press Gypsy about this.
You're so funny. Oh my god, I'm dead.
So also we have two people who are pregnant. One that I'm more excited about because I've just been following her for a long time and I'm obsessed with her. And like I have seen her struggle so hard to get pregnant that it just meant so much. I was like, I literally like almost cried when,
Are you talking about Jaci?
yes,
Yeah.
when,
I was crying.
yeah,
I was seriously crying.
like so good to see her in life get pregnant because she's wanted this for so long and has tried for so long.
Mhm.
So I don't know. It just makes
And
me.
it's like, it's amazing that she did because I don't know if you know the reason for her infertility, but they think it's because Leif had childhood cancer.
Yeah, yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. And so it's like, yeah, it's amazing that the IVF even works like through that. I don't really know how that all works, but I'm so happy for her. She just had her baby.
Oh my gosh, I know.
Benny Marie.
That's
That is such a cute name.
and it's so fitting.
Hmm.
Do you watch the girl who does the name predictions
Oh,
on?
yeah. Yeah.
That's my dream is that she does one about me one day by the
I
time
know,
it's
right? I don't even think she did one about Kylie Kadich.
Really? People have to request it. Or, I saw on her website you can pay her to do it. It's not that
I would,
expensive.
I would pay her.
You should, honestly. It's only like $300.
Oh yeah. Give me some name ideas. She'd be like, nobody cares about this influencer, but we're gonna predict her baby name.
No, it's cool because she goes on a deep dive of you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I know. I love her. But yeah, Benny. That is such a cute name. I just love all these like Benny, Scotty, like all these cute little like Y names for little girls.
I love the name Benny. I think it's so fitting for them too.
Mm,
Like, it just fits their vibe. Even like, and the reason why I'm even thinking that so hard too is because I watched that name video and it wasn't on the name girls like list of names that she's predicted for her, but it was like she predicted like Winnie and she predicted like something else, and like the vibe she was like,
yeah.
this is giving like a little bit of like coastal cowgirl ish.
I also love this trend of like JC Marie and now it's Benny Marie, like giving your child your same middle name. Like I was thinking that one of my baby names is like Stevie Lee and my middle name's Lee. And I'm like, how cute is that? To like
So cute.
like you're birthing the kid, like give it your name.
Yeah, I have my mom and grandma's middle name.
Oh, I love that.
But it's
That's
like
so cute.
every biatch's middle name in America.
What is it?
And
Oh, yeah.
if you honestly have to guess a girl's middle name, you have 3 guesses that you're probably going to be right on. Anne, Marie, and Lee.
Yeah. Or Rose.
Rose, yeah. Which honestly, I would give me Rose is a good.
Rose
one.
is cute.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, well, very happy for Jaci, even though I saw she's like in the hospital right now for a bacterial infection. So I'm like,
Oh, I
uh-oh.
didn't see that.
Oh, yeah. She just posted a TikTok like yesterday and I love her TikToks. I was literally before this just like watching her TikToks on repeat.
I do too, but she doesn't post that many.
Not now. She's on maternity.
No, but even before that, like she
Yeah.
posts like
I think pregnancy fucked her up. Wish I
yeah, she
yeah.
was nauseous. She was
Yeah.
nauseous.
Yeah.
But even like she's someone who posts like probably 3 times a week, and I was like maybe I post too much
Well,
today.
she used to post a lot more, but now I just don't think she needs to.
Yeah, good for her.
I know. I love her.
Me
JC's biggest
too.
fan. We love you, JC.
We do. Brittany Mahomes is pregnant,
Oh yeah.
but they
Brittany
already have a lot of
Mahomes.
kids, don't they?
This is their third.
Oh, really? They all
Which
have.
feels like a lot.
That's a lot for me.
Yeah, that's a lot. No, Patrick Mahomes actually bugs the living shit out of me. I cannot stand him. I kind of don't love Brittany either, but now that they're friends with Taylor, I'm like, all right, I'll give you a chance.
I don't know.
Happy you're pregnant.
Did you see the tweets where she was talking shit about Taylor Swift like years ago?
No.
Yeah, there are tweets where she's like, "Oh my gosh," like, because Taylor Swift won like a bunch of Grammys one year, and she was like tweeting about the Grammys one year, and she was like, why is she winning like everything? Like that's annoying," like something like that.
I wonder what Taylor thinks about that.
I know. It's
Like, I wonder if he's like, we're fake friends.
Yeah,
Like, I know your soul.
I see you.
I see you.
I see that Skims collab.
Because I wonder if Taylor really is like, oh, this is my boyfriend's teammate. And so I have to be like friend, like he's the quarterback. Like I have to be friends with the wife. I have to be friendly. But I don't see him hanging out like alone ever.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder if it's like, there's a difference, and you can cross over the lines here.
Yeah.
But there's a difference between like your significant other's friends, like significant other, and then whenever they become your friend,
Yeah. And I just think Taylor's a good person and she's not going to like ostracize Brittany in real life. But I just don't think I think if this relationship ended, like Taylor and Travis, which it won't, but I think if that ended, like I think the friendship with Brittany would also go with it.
Yeah, I think so too.
Okay, but wait, Taylor, do you think they're engaged?
I hope so.
Me too. Why am I so attached to this relationship? I've never been this attached to a celebrity relationship.
I honestly have not either. Like,
I
at all.
They give me hope. When I'm sad, I think about them. Like when I'm sad, I'll watch like a Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce montage. Like
I sent you one the other day.
I will shed a tear. I'll just be laying in bed watching these montages, and John will be like, "Are you good?" And I'm like, "No, I'm having a bad day. Why else would I be sitting here watching Taylor and Travis like in love?"
Oh. I know, it just like there's something about them that just is it's uniting humanity. It's like reinvigorating the world. It's like, you know,
She's so happy. I'm gonna cry right now. Like she's so happy.
And she
That's
just
beautiful.
like deserves this. Like no one else has loved her this loud, you know?
I know. Did you see he was like on his podcast, which he talks about her all the time, which I'm like, but he was saying like, yeah, I didn't really realize like know why Joe wanted to like keep their relationship so under wraps and like if it was like a mutual thing. But he's like, now I for sure know that it was just Joe. And like Taylor didn't give a shit about keeping it like quiet. Like Joe was so embarrassed by her, which is what is wrong with you?
I think he has that syndrome where we all know these kinds of guys, like in high school, in college, especially in college, where they like, it's almost like they read the book Into the Wild one too many times.
Not that being John. That was his favorite book.
No, I it's a good book. It's a great movie. But I'm just saying, like, they almost are like, oh, I just am so cool for school and like no one understands me and like I'm this
poet.
tortured, exactly, like
Yeah.
artist, and I need like I don't know, like they won't take me seriously if I'm like with you, and they're just like so concerned about appearances rather than someone who's more down to earth, where Taylor seems like she's very down to earth and more grounded, which is why I think that Travis is like so much of a better match for her, because like they're just more like real than like trying to be this thing that they think
Exactly.
that they should be, like this tortured like person to make this art, you know, they're just like living and experiencing.
So happy for them. I think they're engaged. I don't know. I think that they're, but you know what the thing is too, like to think that they're engaged but they're going to keep that under wraps. I don't know.
I don't think that they would.
Yeah, like she wants to scream it from the rooftops. Like her concerts are dedicated to Travis at this point. Like she is singing to him. She is obsessed with him. And I'm upset. Oh my God. Also, we never got to really talk about him going on stage.
Yeah, we need to touch on that for sure.
I have full body goosebumps.
Were you there?
No, it was 2 nights after my show.
That's tragic.
I know.
But also,
the way that I would have given anything to be there, but also I think I would have passed out. Like I don't think I would have recovered. Because I was on like laying there in bed and I saw that happen and I started like screaming and Faye was like, "What?" And she didn't appreciate it the way I did. But I was like, I couldn't sleep. I was like just watching the clips over and over. Like I was trying to find a less grainy version because it was happening in real time. I was like, people are still at the concert. Yeah. Oh, what a majestic performance.
Oh my gosh. And him carrying her like that, like
I'm emotional. Like he's so in love. She's so in love. Like no man has ever walked a red carpet with her, has ever come on the stage with her. And then she's like, "Oh, I want to bring my boyfriend up." Like he's going to just like do a little dance and be all cute. Like that was perfect. Also, did you hear he was saying that he really wanted to ride a bike around for the 1989 set?
Yeah.
And she was like, "No, but you can do this other song."
Yeah. It's just funny because like that, I feel like riding the bike around on the 1989 thing, he would have been so much more less noticeable, you know, and like more inconspicuous, and that would have been just like a funny like inside joke thing. And this was really like a, oh no, he's on here like performing. And some people were saying like she probably did that exact moment on purpose because it was like right after the smallest man who
Smallest man
ever.
who ever lived.
Yeah, and then he like picks her up, you know?
From the ashes. And then he like does her makeup brush to like bring her pink back. And
Yeah.
excuse me, I need to go cry for 20 minutes. I'm so obsessed with them. Like, you cannot tell me this is a PR relationship. You cannot tell me this isn't real, true love that we are witnessing. And I am just feel blessed to be alive at the same time as Travis Taylor.
No, totally.
They live in my head rent free.
What a like the love story of our time.
Literally, like even John last night out of nowhere, we're listening to Taylor Swift because it's the only music we play in our house. And he was like, I feel so honored that I got to witness the Eras tour. And I was like, that's a good man right there. Like, who appreciates knowing that this is the Woodstock of our generation, you know?
Totally, totally. Matt has kept saying, like, I really want to go to Eras tour. And
It's
like,
almost over.
oh, I know. It's not too late though.
No.
Especially
There's like 18 more shows in North America. Go. I highly recommend going again. Like seeing it again was like seeing it for the first time.
and I haven't seen the Tortured Poets.
Oh my God. It's like the best part. I was sobbing, Tori, when we just went through all this shit with a brand, and Who's Afraid of Little Old Me was like my song, like to get me through that. And like when that came out, I was like, this cannot be more perfect. When that came on at the show, I started sobbing. Like Faye was looking at me like, are you good? And yeah, I was crying so hard. And I just couldn't
Aw.
stop. And I was just like there's always like one Taylor Swift song that you're like, this got me through like this hard time. And
Totally.
yeah. Thank you, Taylor, for your service.
Thank you for being the songbird of our generation.
Well, yeah, there's so much pop culture, and we plan to continue talking about these momentous occasions as we continue. I'm sorry if you're not a Taylor Swift fan. If you're not, this probably isn't the podcast for you. But yeah, I'm obsessed. Pop culture is just the greatest topic.
We love pop culture. We can talk about it for hours.
I know.
And we'll definitely, I think we should do a segment almost on every episode if we're caught up, or maybe once a week or something. Or we'll
definitely
once a week,
especially if there's like big things to talk about, like Taylor and Travis news, which she is always feeding us. Thank you, mother.
Yes, thank you.
If you're new here, you can find us anywhere you listen to podcasts. Internet Girlz with a Z. Same on social media. Internet Girlz Pod. Internet Girlz with a Z. Thank you for tuning in, and with that, Internet Girls are out.